What if I told you that you could be playing beautiful music today without any sheet music in front of you in a brand new key? Today we're going to be moving beyond C major and A minor, and we're going to move to the key of D major. This might be a new one for you, but by the end of today's video, you will be confidently playing with these easy left hand and right hand patterns so that you're able to play music that sounds like real music and do it completely and beautifully every single time. Today we're going to move beyond the key of C major, which is all white notes between C and C, and we're going to do a brand new key, which you may or may not be familiar with. This key is the key of D major, and it takes place between D and D. But there are two black notes in it, so let's look at what they are. So the first one is F sharp, and the second one is C sharp. So I want you to just kind of look at where they're found, the patterns of where they're found. So the F sharp is the first of the set of 3 black notes, and the C sharp is the first of this set of 2 black notes. So we're going to start by doing a scale. Now I like to start with a scale. Don't let that scare you off. It just gets our ears and our hands used to what we're going to be doing today. So you can do your scale with one finger, or you can do it with the proper scale fingering. So we're going to play all white notes between D and D. Except for when we get to the F, we'll play the F sharp, and when we get to the C, we'll play the C sharp. Here we go. F sharp, and here's our C sharp. And you can go through that with one hand or 2 hands. You can use one finger, it doesn't matter. But now we understand, our ears understand what we're doing today. Now the first thing that we're going to look at is our left hand, because we're going to get both hands together really quickly. And we're going to make some chords in our left hand. But instead of making 3-note chords today, we're just going to make 2-note chords. First thing we need to remember about this chord progression is that it is going to begin and end with a D major, and that is a D, F sharp, and A. That is our number 1 chord because D was the first note that we hit in the D scale, right? However, for today, to make things a little bit easier, we're going to drop that third. We're going to get rid of the F sharp in there. So when we play the D chord in our left hand, we're going to do 2 choices. Number 1, you could play the 2 outside notes. So you could play the D and the A without the F sharp, or you could just do a D. If you're just more comfortable with 1 note, you can absolutely do that too. Okay, so once you have your choice of your 1 note or your 2 notes, the D and the A, we're just going to play them like this. And we're going to be counting to 4 each time before we switch to our next chord. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go to our number 2 chord, which the second note that we played in D major was an E. So we're just going to move everything up 1. So it's a D and a B. And just hit that. Super easy so far. And then lastly, we're going to go to our 5 chord. So if we start on D and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's an A. So we're going to move up to an A, and we're doing A and E. Now you'll notice that between those 3 chords, the D with the D and A, and the E with the E and B, and the A with the A and C, we don't have any black notes. We have only white notes. All right, so let's go through this entire pattern 4 times. These are going to be quarter notes. So quarter notes happen 1 per beat in 4/4. So 1 quarter note equals 1 beat. 1, 1, 1, 1. So that's what we're going to do with each of our chords. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, then switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch to A, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back to D, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when we put both hands together, which we're going to do right now, I want you to think of that as 1 full loop. Okay, so going from the D to the E to the A and then back to D is 1 loop. So then if we were to do another loop, we would start on D again. So we would do D, E, A, and D. D, E, A, and D. Okay, just so you understand that improvisation is not meant to be just one time through a loop. You can continue on and on for as long as you want to, as long as you end on your D, That makes our song sound like it has come home, right? So now we understand what our left hand is doing, pretty easy. And now first thing we're going to do is we are going to just start hitting notes individually, one note at a time for each one of the chords. It can be anything between D and D, as long as you don't hit a F and you don't hit a C. Instead, you hit the F sharp and the C sharp. So if you need to do that scale again to remind yourself, go ahead. But we're doing just quarter notes right now as we're doing the different notes on the left. All right, let's give this a try. So far that sounds pretty good. I mean, it sounds like a little exercise. Doesn't really sound too melodic at this point, but really you're trying to get both hands moving at the same time. So once you've done that and you understand that what the roles are of each of your hands, where left is to do the chords, right is to do the melody. That's what we're doing. Now we're going to put two different notes together for one of these. These are eighth notes. So eighth notes, a half a cup and a half a cup that make one whole cup. This is a half a beat and a half a beat equals one beat. So there will be two notes for every one note over here. But in order to make this less confusing, let's move up to this octave. Here's middle C. We're going to move up to this octave and we're going to keep our hands in a 5-finger position. D, E, F sharp, G, and A. And then you don't have to worry about moving your hands around too much and getting confused. We're just going to leave our hands here, but you can use any notes in that 5-finger pattern while we put our left hand together. All right, let's try this. So now you see your hands are doing different patterns, right? However, they are getting used to playing different things, but it all works. So then the way that you make a melody is you change up the rhythm in the right. And in the left, we're still going to stay steady. So this time, I'm going to do some short notes, some long notes, and we're going to create a melody that sounds less like an exercise and more like an actual melody. So let's just give a try to a melody over here in the right-hand side before I do the left-hand side. So for the melody, I want you to think of not moving your hands so far apart that the melody seems to jump from one octave to another, like this. That doesn't sound very musical as far as something that I would be able to sing, right? It was because it was moving back and forth and back and forth. So you can feel free to move within an octave and then another octave, but when you play notes, they're going to kind of be within hand's breadth of one another, and that's going to make the notes sound good in your melody. We're also going to vary our rhythms. So sometimes we do long notes and sometimes we do short notes. Okay, let's take a pause. How is it going playing in a new key? This might be brand new for you, but I'm here for you. Remember that you don't always have to go from the beginning of the video as it becomes more complex. You can always push pause. You can rewind sections, go over it again, play it until you feel like you're ready to move on, and then continue on for the rest of the video. Let me know in the comments below how it's going for you. I would love to know how playing in the key of D major is going. Also, if you've learned something new, go ahead and do me a favor and hit the like button. That really helps support me. It's a free and easy way to do that. But now let's keep going because I'm really excited about this chord progression. Let's get our creative juices flowing and let's try out some different melodies in our right hand only. Okay, that was kind of fun. It kind of stayed within about an octave. Let's try one more that sounds a little bit different. And that sounded totally different. And every single time you do this, your melody may sound different unless you want to record it and try to write it down so that you can do it again later. Sometimes I get mad at myself because I'll play something really cool and I'm like, oh, I wish I had written that down. But the beauty of this is that you get to create music every single time that you sit down at the piano. All right, so let's get our quarter notes ready and let's just create a melody. And it does not have to be a crazy melody. It can be something simple and it can still sound great. So you can try that as many times as you want to with the melody and the left hand pattern. Now that we understand the left hand's role of playing the chords, the right hand's role of playing the melody, we're now going to do one other thing if you want to make this a little bit more complex. All of my videos are going to move from simpler to more complex so that you can work through them and grow in your musicianship. So our left hand is not going to change at all. That's the good news. The right hand is actually not going to change that much either. And it's kind of easy because all we're doing is mirroring in the right hand what we're doing in the left hand. So for this exercise, we're just going to do quarter notes and the same exact notes that we just did in the left, we're going to do on the right. So I'm doing D and A, and here I'm doing D and A. That's it. 4 times. Let's try it. To the E, to the A, and then back to the D. Sorry about that. You probably heard my dog barking in the background. So now you are playing 4 notes in your hands at the same time. And the only thing that we're going to do different in the right hand is now we're going to alternate our notes. So instead of playing D and A like this together, we're going to go D, A, D, A, D, A, along with our left hand quarter notes. So it'll sound like this. Move notes to the A. In order to take this concept of mirroring your chords in the right and making it sound like more of a melody instead of just chords, now we change up rhythms. And if we do D and A, this is also a D, this is also an A, right? And so we can use any of those. So I could go something like this. All for my D chord. All right, so now let's put this together, changing up our rhythm in our right hand and going into the second octave, and it's going to automatically make this sound a little bit more musical. That sounded a little bit more musical, didn't it, than just mirroring the chords. So the only other step, and this is kind of a little bit of a more advanced step, is that this time we get to add any of the other notes in the scale as we are continuing. So I'm going to show you just a quick example of how I do this, where I can play the chord, but then the other notes that are surrounding the chord, I can also put in there to pass on by. Have you ever heard of passing tones? That's what these are. So in the left, if I'm doing D and A, and in my right, I'm also doing D and A, there are other notes that my 2, 3, and 4 are not playing. Okay, so I can pass on by these 3 notes in order to get to our main notes, which is our D and our A. So it can sound something like this. See that? So the main notes were the D and the A, but then I passed on by. So let's go ahead and try the different 5-finger positions for each one of these simple chords in the right. So that was our D. Let's take this one down here for our E. So we have our E and our B, right? That's what we're doing over here. And then now remember, we are in the key of D major. So what does that mean? That means we do not play an F and we do not play a C. So for this one, the 2 finger is going to be above the F sharp. So we have F sharp, G, and A. So here's our 5-finger position. So we can do our main notes, and then these 3 are passing tones. So it can sound something like this. So the main notes were the E and the B. It sounded like an E chord, which we're doing over here. But I passed on by these couple more. Let's do our last one here, which is our A and our E. And over here we also have A and E. And then here we do not play our C, so we play our C sharp. So we have a B, C sharp, and D, right? And same deal here. So when we're playing this on the left, we can pass on by these 3 notes. So then your entire melody can open up. It will still sound like you have echoed chords on the right, but you have also used other little passing tones. If you're interested in passing tones and you want to check out a little bit more where it breaks down passing tones, this is another key. However, I think that it really breaks down passing tones in a way that makes a lot of sense. So you can go ahead and check out this one and check out a new key while you're at it. I just love exploring new keys and not just always being stuck in one place. You might enjoy that video. I'm linking it down below. All right, let's put this finally all together. I'm going to review really quick what we're doing. Left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, then switching 1, 2, all of our different chords, right, in our left. And that doesn't ever change. And then in the right, you have your mirrored chords. So for our E here, we have our mirrored chords, and then we can also add other notes that are around it. Okay, and it's all of a sudden going to sound like a real song. I am going to go 2 times through this chord progression. So as you're watching me, I want you to use this as inspiration, and your song is not going to sound anything like mine. That's the beauty of this. You are a musician in your own right, and I want you to take hold of that even when you're learning and practicing, you get to make music too. Let's try this together. I hope you've enjoyed diving into the key of D major. It's one of my favorite keys, and with only 2 black notes, it's really not all that hard. If you're interested in learning more chord progressions in the key of D major, I've made a new playlist for you. Go ahead and click here. It would be a great video for you to start on. You can go through all of the different videos in the key of D major. Tune in each week where I'm uploading new chord progressions for you in different keys almost every single time so that you can learn to play confidently without music in front of you. Is that a new concept? Let me know. It took a little bit of getting used to for me too. Go ahead and check out this video next. I think you're going to love it.